This is Gabriella Pruit at age 2, bright, silly, and full of promise.
She was just your typical 2.5-year-old. She was learning to talk in sentences and very social. And then over the course of about 6 months, we just saw her lose everything.
Within just a few months, Gabriella's vocabulary went from hundreds of words to 5. She stopped talking to her parents, stopped looking at them in the eye. The daughter they had raised seemed to have disappeared forever.
Watching her slip away, I felt powerless. I didn't know how to stop it.
Gabriella, touch your nose. Good job. High five. Thank you.
Gabriella was diagnosed with childhood disintegrative disorder, a rare condition on the autism spectrum that causes her to periodically and permanently forget most of what she's worked so hard to learn. She'll need care for the rest of her life.
Make F. Line down. Line across. Line across. That's F. Nice job.
As if this weren't enough for the Pruitts, a few months later, Gabriella's younger brother Robbie was also diagnosed with autism.
There was that whole aspect of, oh, 2, what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of them? And it just felt so unfair.
Today, Sabrina and her husband's lives revolve around their kids. They take turns chauffeuring them to special classes, schools, doctor appointments, and therapy sessions. Their finances are in ruins. And while they're hopeful for the future, they also know that their kids will need their help for the rest of their lives.
I see us kind of having to always be behind the scenes in some way, navigating things for their best interests.
And as it stands, once these kids do become adults, pretty much all of their government funding and services will go away, even though their need will not.
I can't imagine what it will be like with the population that we have continuing on into adulthood, what's going to happen. I can't imagine. I don't want to imagine it. Something has to be done.
Julie Lisk is the director of the Brown Center for Autism. She says that while it varies from state to state, the bottom drops out for all autistic adults by their early 20s. At that point, most of them add their names to ridiculously long waiting lists for group homes and special services that are few and far between. In the meantime, these adults often end up sitting at home or getting medicated at psychiatric hospitals.
And then we see a lot of homelessness. We see that.
The major increase in autism cases started in the 1990s and has grown tremendously since then. The first of those children are just now reaching adulthood, with many more coming soon.
By 2023, they're estimating the cost of care for individuals with autism to reach about $26 billion for the nation.
Where will that money come from? Good question. But it's one that we as a nation need to figure out soon, because until we do, the future for children like Gabriella is not looking bright.
Can I have a hug?
For CafeMom, I'm Lindsay Ferrier.